Hey guys, Paradox here. Today we're going to be taking a look at some cool new cubing classroom cubes that were sent to me from MoU. Cool, so we have 3 Geo Cubes. I'm really excited to try these out. I've been waiting for these for a while. And then we also have some 2 non-WCA puzzles. The Windmill Cube, which is already a fairly common cube, and then the MoU Fisher Skewb that was actually designed by Nathan Wilson. So I'm pretty excited to try this one out. Let's take a look at the Geo Cubes first, and then we'll come back to these 2. Okay, so they sent me 3 of them. I don't know if there are 3 different types, that's why, or they just wanted to send me extra. It also comes with a cube stand, which they don't normally include in their cubing classroom puzzles. Alright guys, here are all 3 types of the Geo Cube. So this one has only 2 adjacent sides. This one has 3 adjacent sides, and this one is just completely different. It has basically an outline going around, which is pretty cool. It's so weird, and it just feels like it's gonna fall apart. Like there's just a single corner sticking out. It's so weird, but looks like this core and the pieces that they made to hold everything together are pretty sturdy, and it's not looking like it's gonna fall apart or anything. So like I do sometimes get some catches, but it's probably just because it's kind of hard to align. I'm probably just not used to it. Scrambled. Now let's do this one. Alright, let's see if I can solve this. I don't even know where to begin. I guess I have to figure out which cross pieces are deleted and which ones aren't. So we have these 2 white ones. Then this would go here. I guess there's no more white pieces, just these 3. And oh, actually there's this one. So get that in here. So it looks like the only white pieces are just these 5, and this one has no centers. The other ones, like there's a blue center here, an orange, white. This one has a couple of centers, but this one has no centers at all, which is pretty cool. So to get this yellow out, I guess I'd have to substitute it with an empty piece to imitate the blue white edge piece. Same with this one. I think I got the first layer done. That's pretty much what it is. So I think second layer looks complete. We just have to take this one out. So I guess this is the soon equivalent on the Geo Cube, because this must mean that I have the cross, and then I've got this piece, so it must mean that I have soon, probably, yes. Okay, so I messed up a little bit, but then I got back to OLL, and I have a different PLL case now, and it looks like I just need to move this over here. And since these 2 edges are missing, I guess I could just do a U-perm. So hold this in the back. Should be this one. Yes, I did it. I thought I almost forgot the algorithm, but this Geo Cube is now solved. That was really fun, because it like really messes with your mind, because you need to figure out, like, because some of the pieces are missing, so you have to fill in the blanks. So this one is the one that has 2 centers, and this one has 3 centers. Let's just do this one, because I feel like it's probably the easiest. So blue and white goes there. So green center, orange center, and then red. Alright, so the cross is done. This one actually has a full cross. Let's see if I can do some F2L on this. So one thing I realized is that if a corner piece doesn't have its corresponding edge, then just do F2L but with a missing piece. Otherwise you're just gonna have to take it out again. So that's kind of a little shortcut. It's probably really obvious for you guys. Boom, looks like the first layer and second layer are done. Now just gotta get this OLL, and it has nothing on the top, so that's kind of annoying. Oh, it's probably this case. That's really easy to visualize, just the missing ones. I probably can't finger trick it, so I'm just gonna do to look. Cross is done, and I'm just gonna assume that I have soon here. And it worked out, nice. So I guess this is really easy because you can pretty much just choose whichever OLL algorithm you want to do, which is really nice. Okay, so for this, I guess an easy way to think about this is if I had headlights here, that would just give me an R perm. Okay, so I almost got it. I just need to move these two. So it looks like this is a J perm. Nice, we're done. This one was much easier, mainly because there's just more pieces and there's less missing pieces, so it kind of helps you out and kind of tells you which cases you need to do, like which OLL or PLL it is. But also it's just easier to grip because there's more actual pieces, so it's easier to grip than that one. So it looks like the one with 0 centers is the hardest, 3 centers is the easiest, 2 centers are probably in the middle of these two. They have a nice design, they're built nicely, they're very good quality, so it just makes it a lot more fun to play with these. Alright, now let's take a quick look at the Fisher Skewb and Windmill Cube. So the Windmill Cube is kind of an old but popular design for shapeshifters. So it looks like the Cubing Classroom series finally came out with their own. The turning looks alright. It has this matte plastic finish to it that all of the Cubing Classroom cubes have now. So this wasn't the greatest scramble, but I just wanted to do a quick example solve for you guys. Now let's get this blue center piece out. Gotta match it with its proper orientation for the center, so keep rotating the center, and there we go. Cross is done. F2L is really easy on this. Alright, F2L is now complete, and I'm just gonna do beginner's method on this quickly. Now let's take a quick look at the Fisher Skewb. The turning is alright, looks a little bit stiff and resistant, but I'm sure if you just added a bit of lube it would turn much better. I'm not even sure what the difficulty of this is going to be like or how I'm going to solve it, but let's just find out. Alright, that looks pretty scrambled to me, so let's do a quick solve now. So basically, since this is a Fisher Skewb, these parts of the Skewb that look like edges are actually the corners on a Skewb. So these are the ones you'll notice are pretty easy to make the first layer with, and this is still just the centerpiece. Alright, so the first layer is done, and now for the top layer, basically these are those, I think this is called the pie case. So if you do the sledgehammer, you'll get all yellow corners on the top solved, and then we just have to get the center in place. And you'll notice this is the pie case where if you just sledgehammer once, you'll get it. So there we go. The top layer is now done, and now we just have to do the centers. So I'm just gonna do a U-perm once from any direction, and it should work out. Okay, so it looks like we got this one permuted, and this one is the opposite case. So you would hold this on the bottom, hold this in the front, and do the U-perm again. Whoops. Alright, there we go. So now, this is when the regular Skewb would be completely finished. We have all of the these are actually centers. They look like edges and stuff, but they're actually centers. So these are all properly permuted, but since this is a Fisher Skewb, we have to flip these. So the way we would do that, I've actually been doing a few solves off cam, so that's why I kind of know what I'm doing now. But the way you would flip these is I've just come up with a few different algorithms. I was just playing around with it, and it turns out if you just keep doing a bunch of sledgehammers, it'll give you some different scenarios. I think doing the sledgehammer, I think it's like 6 times or something on the same area, flips these front 3 of these centers. It just flips them around. So in this case it flipped these 3, and this one is still incorrect, so we'll just do another algorithm. I'm pretty sure I did something wrong, but I just flipped these 2 by accident. So I'm just gonna keep playing around with it and see what I can do. Alright, and now we're at this case, so I know if I do the sledgehammer a bunch of times from this angle, it will flip all of these centers. So let's do that. So it actually flipped them, but I noticed that all of this stuff is messed up. So to fix it, you just keep doing the sledgehammers. So just gonna keep going, and we're almost done. I think at some point I messed up these, so I also came up with another algorithm for this. You just hold it here, do the sledgehammer twice, then you rotate, do like a Y prime, then sledgehammer twice, then you do a Y, sledgehammer twice, then you do a Y prime again, sledgehammer twice. And there you go. Basically that algorithm flips like these two, and I just did that by playing around with it a bunch and trial and error and kind of figured out that algorithm and a couple of others. But yeah, overall I'd say it's pretty fun. It's like a little bit mind-boggling at first just because these are the corners and these are the centers and everything's just kind of messed up. That's what a Fisher Cube does. So at first it's kind of weird trying to understand what's going on, but after you play around with it, it's pretty easy. After like 2 or 3 solves, I could do it fairly easily, so it's not too challenging. It's just the parity. All it is just doing sledgehammer a bunch of times and changing the orientation as you go, and kind of do it intuitively, and it works out. Alright guys, so that was it for this fun little unboxing. If you guys actually want to see some more tutorials or walkthrough videos on the Fisher Skewb, then let me know. I looked on YouTube and couldn't find any actual tutorials, so let me know if that's something you guys want to see, because I've done a bunch of solves on it and it's not too challenging anymore. Anyway, make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed and turn on notifications to stay up to date on all my future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.